Bill's got a hammer, huh? I've got one of those too. Hello everyone, it is Briximus Prime back for another Marvel action figure review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Marvel Select or Diamond Select Toys Beta Ray Bill. And before we get into the review, I just wanted to mention only 2% of you watching this video are subscribed. Okay, I'm not doing that here. We're not doing that. And now taking a look at the packaging here. Right up front, there's a big plastic window that showcases the figure inside, and then it's got the Thor hammer logo right there. It says Disney, because these are technically like Disney Store, Disney exclusives. Marvel Select, Beta Ray Bill, Special Collection Edition action figure. Here on the side, it's got the Beta Ray Bill artwork, and then here on the back, that same artwork right there. Marvel Select, Diamond Select Toys, and all kinds of stuff. So that's basically it for the package. What is going on? What is happening? Get out of here. And I'm sad to say that these are the only accessories included with the Beta Ray Bill. Not that these accessories are bad, I mind you, just that I would have liked more variety here. But what we do get is still pretty cool. So first of all, we have the classic comic book Stormbreaker here, Beta Ray Bill's classic weapon. And it's done in this nice pearly gold. I can't tell if it's plastic or paint. Seems more like plastic. But overall, it's pretty good. It's got the blade, it's got the hammer side, and it's got the strap right there. So very nice and thick, durable plastic. And then he also comes with the spinning version of the hammer as well, which is also really nice. But sadly, though, this isn't as fun to spin around as the Marvel Legends version. Whee! And now getting into the Beta Ray Bill figure himself, and he is very shiny. And now taking a look at Beta Ray Bill's head sculpt here. Overall, I think he looks pretty comic accurate, and I like the way how it's sculpted and everything, and they painted in all the teeth, they gave him the gums. The whited out eyes are kind of... Overall, I do love his horse face. And yeah, the only thing I am disappointed with is there's no hinge joint here in his mouth. I would have really liked a hinge joint because with the lack of accessories with this guy, a hinge joint at the mouth would have been a nice little feature that would have just given me a little bit extra something to care about. Also, the mane on the figure here, it is a very stylistic choice because this wasn't really in the comics, or at least the early versions of him in the comics. I think he gets this later on. But overall, I don't really mind it all that much. It does limit the posability a little bit, but I do appreciate a lot of the paint and the shading work with the black in there. It does look pretty good. My only problem is it does run into the back, and it does, cause for problems with the posability, so I wish there was an option to, like, I don't know, remove it, or maybe there is an option to, like, have an alternate head that doesn't have it, or maybe have a little bit of posability there in the back so it's a little bit more adjustable, like, just in some way. Again, that combined with the hinge joint would have been nice. Overall, that same shading on the, that goes down to the cape as well, just like what's on the mane. There's that bit of black wash that really makes this thing stand out with all that sculpted detail. Really love how it looks. Also, again, I love all the bright, shiny gold that's all over this guy. It's right there on the, holding up the cape. It's right there on his chest, the shoulder pads, on the gloves, on his big old belt that looks like it came from WWE. Like, and he's got all the muscle detail, and just, like, the sculpting is always really good. I love how Diamond Select Toys puts together a lot of their molding and sculpting. Also, it's kind of weird to say, but I kind of like the skin tone that he has. Like, it's accurate to the comics, and what's nice is this color of skin tone contrasts with the rest of the colors all over the body. Like, you can see these bits of navy blue and black combined with the gold. Like, this guy really is a really nice showpiece. I'm definitely getting some of that premium quality here on the actual figure itself. But again, I'm not feeling that amount of quality when it comes to his accessories because he is lacking in that. And then there's his golden boots, which also look really good. Some peg holes at the bottom of the feet. And overall, again, nice bits of sculpted detail that give him a lot of depth and a lot of just extra little things that I really love that they threw in that they didn't have to. Even the back of the figure's got some nice painted details. But this guy really looks great when he has his hammer in hand. Mine's bigger. Please don't take that out of context. And now let's get into Beta Ray Bill's posability. First off, here at the head, it does have some nice range, even though the mane does kind of get in the way, as mentioned before. It can look left to right. Look up and down, not really much, but he can look down, head pivoting, swiveling, all kinds of posability up there. And then he does have, the cape also hinders a little bit, but the shoulders can move up that far until they run into the shoulder pads. Pretty good range. Shoulders, there's kind of a butterfly joint in there, but again, because of the shoulder pads, everything feels really limited and it runs into everything, so it's basically useless. The shoulders rotate forward, they can rotate back that far. Again, not much. And then he does have a bicep swivel. Very tight. 90 degrees of bend at the elbow here. Again, 90 degrees right there. Wrists can rotate, and they do hinge up and down, and that is on both of his hands. And then he does have an abdomen joint here, which allows for some waist swiveling, some arching back, or ab crunch, I mean, and arching back, and a little bit of diaphragm pivot. And as I said, waist swiveling and all kinds of abdomen posability. Hips can move forward that far, they can move back that far, they can move outward that far. Thigh swivel, and really limited though, but you do have the knee swivel to compensate. And then he does also have a calf swivel right there, and also he does have an ankle pivot, and an ankle that can move down and move up, and yeah. And I almost forgot to mention his knee bend as well. And as I said before, this guy is no Marvel Legends figure. He may not be as flexible as some Marvel Legends figures, but overall, I think he sure makes up for that in his mass and size and with the quality of plastic here. And it's just a really good figure. Are you kidding me? The posability combined with the accessories does provide a very nice experience in trying to get him in some nice action-packed poses. It's just, you know, the posability options are just a little limited because of some of the posability limitations, but also because of the lack of accessories. I would have liked to have gotten this guy in some other poses, but thankfully it's perfectly surfaceable. As I was posing around this figure, I just realized that... Yeah, apparently the glue on this knee pad gave away, so now I've got a knee pad that's being all fidgety now. Good. I'm happy. I'm glad. I'm happy this thing is freaking falling apart. And now for comparisons, here is the Diamond Select Toys Beta Ray Bill compared next to the Marvel Legends specifically Ragnarok. It's the, 80 years Thor mold, but it's retooled into Ragnarok, and it was the previous Thor-related figure I took a look at, and yeah, I actually don't mind the scale here. I kind of like Beta Ray Bill being kind of a bigger guy than Thor, but again, this isn't technically scaled to Marvel Legends, it's just I personally don't mind this scaling. And then here's Beta Ray Bill compared next to the last Diamond Select Toys Marvel Select figure I took a look at, the Taskmaster, which is a review from way back, so if you guys haven't checked that one out, be sure to if you've missed out on it. And then here's just a random comparison that I just decided to throw in. Here he is compared next to the Diamond Select Toys Iron Giant, which is the most popular review I have ever done on my entire channel so far, so go figure, I guess. By the way, in the middle of posing this figure, this guy's mane ended up coming off. Oh, good, another thing I have to glue. Where's the glue? 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 And of course, I just lost his knee pad again. Where is it? Where is the knee pad? Because I've got to glue that thing on. Where is it? There it is. And that is basically it from my review on the Diamond Select Toys Beta Ray Bill. And, yeah, he's a pretty good figure. I don't regret my purchase at all, but I can't help but feel that this figure is lacking in something. Like, for example, I feel like he's maybe lacking in some accessories, could have used some lightning effects, or maybe even some extra features, like maybe a hinge joint at the mouth, extra hands. Like, I'm just overall a little bit underwhelmed by this release, and I was really looking forward to this figure. I even picked this over the actual Marvel Legends release. I mean, it's like, I like the figure, it's just a real shame that he's becoming more of a chore to handle. So overall, I do like this figure. It's just a real shame that he's having so many issues that I'm now starting to, like, you know, take points off and starting to have a negative effect on this figure. So if I have to be completely honest and give this figure a rating, I give him a very solid 7 out of 10. Again, I still like him enough to make him go up to around a 6 and a 7, but I'm not really comfortable giving him 8 or 9 because I'm just having a hard time, you know, trying to, like, find fixes for this figure, like fixing his knee pad, fixing his mane, and there's also the lack of some accessories, and so it's just like, I wanted to like this figure more, but that's the most I'm gonna give him. So yeah, that is basically it for this review. If you guys enjoyed it, give me a like on the video, comment below what you guys think, subscribe to the channel for more Transformers and action figure videos, and I'll catch you guys next time.